But I can't see any president I have as a good guy. I love Obama. The symbol of Obama is up my house. He's a black man. He became president, and he did more drone bombings than any other U.S. president before him. He and Hillary Clinton disturbed a country called Libya, in which you used to have a free house, free education, free, and now it's not free anymore. And there are people who look like me that aren't free. So as much as I love my republic,
you know, it was a very repressive dictator.
I hear what you're saying. We're living under one now. We ain't storming the fucking White House.
It was not. You know what?
There's ICE walking down American neighborhoods.
Okay, if you think that's the same as Libya,
I didn't say the same. I said repressive.
But let's have some perspective.
Emails came out. The email said essentially we were doing it for the French. Like, how long do the French get to live off Haiti, Libya, West Africa? How long before you got to ante up what's in the Louvre?
The French are still living off Haiti?
Oh, yeah.
Well, why can't they fix it then?
Why can't Haitians fix it?
No, the French. If the French are so involved.
There's no interest in color. Don't you read France Fanon? Do you read Rich of the Earth? You date enough black women to know this. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, the French.
You got to tell them at night.
The French pulled out of Haiti like in 1806.
No, what I'm saying though is Haiti has been punished since 1806. Yes. Frederick Douglass wrote about this too, for being an example that you can without colonizers. And to end colonization is going to take some form of violence. I think anyone who threatens colonies or the colonists are crushed. So whether Gaddafi was ultimately, in my eyes, good or bad,
I mean, the people who
better
are
than what they have now.
The people who have been repressing the people in Haiti for a very long time are not French.
Shit, me.
They're other Haitians.
BillMaher recently went toe-to-toe with rapper Mike Bigga on his show, and the energy shifted the instant the cameras lit up. Maher, armed with his signature razor-sharp wit, faced off against Mike, whose unapologetic candor has never needed anyone's approval. What unfolded wasn't merely a debate, it was a full-on collision of worldviews, a clash of ideology, politics, and raw social tension that sparked like live wires on set. Buckle up, because what happened next wasn't just heated, it was electrifying. Let's dig in.
Because we're just picking sides right now, and George Carlin said years ago, you know, it's a club and you ain't in it. What we're doing is picking members of the club who are going to fly on a jet together afterwards, whether they're Democrat or Republican. They're buddy-buddy. They went to Harvard, they went to Yale, they went to Morehouse, they went to Howard together. They're still going to be friends after. The bourgeoisie and up, that class is going to be okay. But we, the working class, the people got to wear shit like this to work every day, we're going to get over in this. And people who wear shit like this every day usually do this and say yes, sir, and no, sir. So for me, I would rather our soldiers be strictly adherent to the United States Constitution and not follow any order that's unconstitutional.
Again, you're asking, I mean, the military is just different. I'm sorry. You're asking kids who probably don't know anything about the Constitution to make that decision.
Well, we got to fix that too, Bill. Like,
I know, but we haven't fixed it. But right now we have it.
Schoolhouse Rock on Saturday.
Hear the backdrop. A group of 6 Democratic military veterans with intelligence backgrounds argued that U.S. soldiers could lawfully refuse direct orders from their superiors, a statement made in response to Trump's suggested military action in Venezuela. Mike Bigga jumped on that idea, insisting that soldiers should have the moral freedom to decide which commands they follow. Maher, however, pushed back sharply, arguing that expecting young, inexperienced recruits to make high-stakes ethical calls in the heat of conflict is both unrealistic and dangerous. That friction became the fuse for an even bigger showdown. Let's keep going.
We got to do something, brother. We can't just have an ignorant proletariat.
I know, but like, you'd be okay if they did that with Obama, because he blew up some.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
He blew up some wedding parties.
I was going to hold, so I wasn't going to talk about this, right? We killed Gaddafi. We knocked him off the motherfucking
face. Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Right? You're like, absolutely. But as a black person, I saw slavery return to Libya. I saw a man who was willing to help black people in their plight and their struggle by giving billions, ignored. I saw someone who wanted to unite Africa under one currency and have a potentially United States of Africa, and I know how dangerous that is to Europe and the United States. I saw that crushed, and as an American, I had to shut up, go with the Republic. But that's something, if I ever had a chance to talk to Obama, I'd really say,
so you see Gaddafi good guy?
I see Gaddafi has been not as bad as they said. But I can't see any president I have as a good guy. I love Obama. The symbol of Obama is up my house. He's a black man. He became president, and he did more drone bombings than any other U.S. president before him.
You could practically feel the temperature rise as Maher and Mike Bigga clashed over the subject of Gaddafi. Few figures spark debate the way he does. Some regard Gaddafi as a visionary who sought to elevate his country, while others see him as one of Africa's most brutal strongmen. And the divide around Obama is just as sharp, To some, he represents hope and progress. To others, he was a calculated political strategist. With two lightning rod personalities dissecting two equally polarizing leaders, the room energy shifted instantly. Every line landed with weight, and every counterpunch hit even harder. Now, back to the showdown.
He and Hillary Clinton disturbed a country called Libya, in which you used to have a free house, free education, free, and now it's not free anymore. And there are people who look like me that aren't free. So as much as I love my republic,
you know, it was a very repressive dictatorship.
I hear what you're saying. We're living under one now. We ain't storming the fucking White House.
It was not. You know what?
There's ICE walking down American neighborhoods.
Okay, if you think that's the same as Libya,
I didn't say the same. I said
okay.
repressive.
But let's have some perspective.
All right.
Because it's very.
Before y'all go smoke.
I
really like this.
It's very easy to lose.
And when the emails came out, the email said essentially we were doing it for the French. Like, how long do the French get the off Haiti, Libya, West Africa? How long before you got to ante up what's in the Louvre?
The French are still living off Haiti?
Oh, yeah. Haiti
well,
still has
why
to pay
can't they
reparations.
fix it then?
Why can't Haitians fix it?
No, or the French. If the French are still involved.
There's no interest in
Don't
you read France Fanon? Did you read Wretched of the Earth?
And this is where things really get interesting. Honestly, aren't we all a bit worn out by the constant narrative that the Western world is somehow the source of every global problem? After a while, the argument starts to feel like a loop stuck on repeat. How long do we keep pointing outward instead of looking inward? Yes, history matters, and yes, foreign interference has caused real harm, but does that mean every modern failure automatically gets pinned on the West? At some point, nations have to take ownership of their own choices, their own leaders, and their own outcomes.
You date enough black women to know this. You know that.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to tell them at night.
The French
baby.
pulled out of
Listen.
Haiti like in 1806.
No, what I'm saying, though, is Haiti has been punished since 1806.
Yes.
Frederick Douglass wrote about this, too, for being an example that you can without colonizers. And to end colonization is going to take some form of violence. I think anyone who threatens colonies or the colonists are crushed. So whether Gaddafi was ultimately, in my eyes, good or bad,
I mean, the people
he was
who
better
are
than what they have now.
The people who have been repressing the people in Haiti for a very long time are not French.
Shit, me.
They're other Haitians. You don't
they're,
really.
they're Haitians that are put into
Papa
place.
Doc Duvalier
let's
was
not
French.
act like we don't put dictators into place.
Okay, but they're
them
not
come to
French.
power.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we help them come to power.
They're not
come to
French.
power.
They're not Americans. They are Haitians.
So the benefit,
they're Haitians.
No benefits go to the French from Haiti anymore.
Tell me what. I'm not aware of that.
I'm just saying, Haiti still
tell
has,
me, what's going on
As far
there?
as I know, Haiti's still sending money to France, that's all.
That the whole issue. This is what happens when people make sweeping statements, throw out bold accusations, and speak with total certainty right up until you ask for details. The moment Maher pressed for a concrete example, the argument started to wobble. Mike argued that the French are still benefiting from Haiti, but when Maher asked him to explain how, the answer drifted into generalities about Haitians still sending money to France. What money in what form? Taxes, debt payments, trade deals, reparations, none of that was spelled out. The claim sounded powerful until it needed proof.
We need to do more to help countries like Haiti, especially.
So
now.
what's to do more? I would say we need to reparate countries we've colonized. There's a payment to be made to help countries get. So we took Libya. What have we done to help their country become democratic and get back in a better state? What have we done to help Haiti do it? Haiti is the reason we got Louisiana and West of that. America really owes Haiti. We kicked the French's ass so bad, it was like, this, we'll sell New Orleans. Y'all have the Saints, y'all have Donna.
I mean, you can stay mad at the past forever, but at some point you got to move forward and make things better in the future.
I'm not saying I don't want to move forward. I'm just saying put something in my pocket for your socket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me have something for my move forward. That's all.
And here we are again with one of the most recycled talking points in modern discourse: reparations. No one denies that horrific things happened in the past, real injustices, real suffering, and real wounds that still echo through history. But jumping from acknowledging that history to insisting that people today must financially atone for actions committed by their ancestors centuries ago is where the conversation gets messy, emotional, and often detached from practical reality. It's one thing to study history and understand its consequences, it another to demand that individuals who had no role in those events foot the bill for decisions made long before they were born. The argument can sound noble at first glance, but once you look beyond the slogans, the questions of fairness, logistics, and logic begin to crumble. Yet this idea keeps resurfacing, promoted as if it's a universal remedy for every societal problem when in truth, it often creates more division than solutions.
But we are sort of at a point now where the men and women they just don't want anything to do with each other in a lot of ways.
It's crazy.
Well, no, really, you look at who listens to what podcasts. It is very hard to get women to listen to my podcast. It's like, you're a man, we're just not going.
A lot of guys listen to Mel, though.
Of course, that's what the men listen to the men, the women listen to men.
No, Mel, the woman who you interviewed.
Oh, Mel.
Yeah, we listen to Mel.
Yeah, well, that's a phenomenon, yes.
And that largely because political differences have become the new fault line running through everyday life. People with opposing views don't just disagree anymore, they avoid each other altogether. It is especially visible on the left, where ideological purity has morphed into a kind of social requirement. If you don't check every box, echo every talking point, or display every approved belief, you're treated as a problem rather than a fellow citizen. Maher's story about the woman who called off her entire marriage because her fiancé didn't have a strong, ready-made opinion on Black Lives Matter says it all. He wasn't against it, he wasn't hostile, he simply didn't have a prepared stance. And that alone was enough to end a relationship meant to last a lifetime. That's how absurd things have gotten. Political identity has started to overshadow personal identity. Compatibility is no longer about character, kindness, or shared values, it's about passing each other ideological purity tests. And when politics becomes more important than genuine human connection, everything from friendships to marriages begins to fall apart.
It is very hard to get women interested in anything men are saying these days. It's just that they just think that we're just a bunch of knuckle draggers, and they have a lot of evidence for that.
Damn.
And men are incels, and they're not engaging women in the way women would like. They need to be courted. They have not changed as much as we would like to think, or some people would like to think. Women are still the women I remember as a youth. Okay, they still want the same things.
We don't want your shit. We're tired of it. We're exhausted. We are exhausted.
Guys are needed.
No, I'm not. Of course you're needed. Don't tell me, because I can spell that out. Of course you're needed, but we're tired of taking your. We don't want to feel down all the time.
Right.
We don't have to feel responsible for picking up, taking care of your and then dealing with your
Drained.
We're tired of it. Yeah.
Our TV shows, movies, sitcoms, and online skits keep recycling the same tired trope: the dad who can't handle basic tasks, the clueless boyfriend, the husband portrayed as a lovable but incompetent fool who constantly needs correcting. Repeat that caricature long enough, and it starts to look like reality, and men feel the impact. Some shrink themselves, afraid of being called controlling or old-fashioned. Others move through relationships unsure of what their role is supposed to be. Many simply pull back, convinced that masculinity itself is something they need to apologize for. That's why their growing desire for a healthier, more grounded expression of traditional masculinity, not the aggressive, toxic version people weaponize in debates, but the genuine article. A masculinity rooted in steadiness, one that protects without dominating and supports without needing applause. A balanced masculinity that complements women instead of competing with them, and restores a sense of dignity on both sides.
Dude, guys are changing the tires. Guys are raking the yard. Guys are doing what they're supposed. Like, guy shit may not come up on a daily basis. It may not be picking the kids up from school, doing the laundry every day, right? But when the door gets kicked in at 3 in the morning, that the shotgun, it better be a guy. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just, there is,
right.
What I think is that.
We have some use.
Yeah, some use. You know what I mean? We pick up heavy shit.
We have some use.
But
women can pick up heavy too, you know that.
No.
I bring my own trash out. I rake my own damn leaves.
No, for real?
Yeah, have me a glass of wine.
Bill,
I can do any
get
damn
down.
thing.
You got
No.
You said for some player shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the guy I admire.
Men do have value. And it was surprising to watch Maher let Donna Brazil go on at length about men supposedly carrying all this baggage. Sure, men have flaws, everyone does. But reducing an entire gender to a stereotype ignores the everyday reality of what men contribute when it comes to security, protection, and physically demanding work. It's typically men who step up to lift, move, carry, or handle situations that require sheer strength. They do it quietly, consistently, and without applause. And it doesn't stop there. At home, men often take on the hands-on, practical responsibilities fixing leaks, maintaining appliances, mowing the lawn, handling yard work. These tasks aren't glamorous and rarely get praised, but they keep households running and families comfortable. Men aren't perfect, but these physical and practical roles are essential. Acknowledging that value doesn't diminish anyone else, it simply recognizes the unique contributions men make to everyday life. And let's be honest, not every man can be a Stedman. Most of us don't live the Oprah-level lifestyle. We all have a duty to our wives, partners, and families to show up and do the work. Hustling isn't just about making money. It's about taking responsibility, being dependable, and building a life that supports the people who rely on us. Sure, Stedman is out there grinding and doing his thing, but most couples don't have the resources or circumstances that come with that level of fame and wealth. Real life is less glamorous. It's about paying bills, planning ahead, keeping the household steady, and making sure the people we love are safe and thriving. At the end of the day, being a man isn't about fame or image. It's about showing up, carrying your responsibilities, and working to create a better future for your family. Hustle, consistency, and dedication, that's the real measure. Men matter not because they're flawless or famous, but because of the tangible ways they contribute to families, homes, and society. From lifting heavy burdens to maintaining the household, from protecting loved ones to grinding for a better tomorrow, men play essential roles that often go unnoticed. The culture may mock or diminish them, but that doesn't erase their worth. True masculinity is responsibility, steadiness, and commitment, not bravado. Recognizing this doesn't take anything away from anyone else. It simply restores balance and honors the quiet, steady work that keeps life functioning. And on that note, we'll wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.